morning. This is your host, Mahan from A Journey into the Mind. I know a lot of people think that to show you book is boring, but for those who have never seen me before, it is nice to know that there is a book called A Journey into the Mind, how to go inward into your subconscious and conscious mind and solve everyday problems. Cognitive thinking. There are those today that say that in order for someone to work for them, they have to take a cognitive test. And cognitive thinking, for those of you who don't know, is our ability to learn, to comprehend, to put knowledge together, to process information, and to put simple tasks and solve problems. There is also something called cognitive distortion, which is something that we believe to be true, but it's not. And we kind of distort our mind to believe it, and in the end, a person feels kind of disappointed and thinking negative emotions. What happens if you try to do a cognitive test on a person that is so in tune that they know exactly what you're doing, yet they follow right through or ignore because they know precisely what's going on? Think of this. This is a test that psychologically speaking, we known that highly secret agencies of the government do on some other agents to find out if they're qualified. If they're qualified to work for the Secret Service or whatever protocol is required. Cognitive thinking. What happens if somebody have played a game? Because you see, they say life is a game, and if you don't play it, you get played. If somebody have played such a ruthless game against someone to be cruel with them to the point they want to break them down, they want to make them cry, they want to see how far they can take it. Imagine that. What happens? Either the person is going to break, or the person is going to build an endurance that is going to teach them how to play that game precisely to the point where they know and they ignore everything around them because they know what's going on. Too intuitive. You know, I can compare cognition or cognitive thinking and cognitive behavior to the ability to be intuitive as well. One goes with the other. You're being tested psychologically to see how you perform with feedback, images, and information. So, it is part of the brain's ability to absorb, to process, to learn, and to have knowledge and put that knowledge into practice. But, like they say, life is a game, and if you don't play it, you get played. And at times, someone who is highly knowledgeable in the aspect of cognitive thinking may not react for the simple fact they already know what the game is, so why bother? You know you're going to be played, and you know you're being played, so why are you going to get into the game of somebody else's psychological, protocol game to indulge yourself into it? It's a waste of time. See, one cannot possibly write or know about artificial intelligence unless your cognitive thinking is to the level where you can put the process of how an artificial intelligence can work. Because there are certain protocols that are needed in order for you to think at that level and put it together. You have to go and excel above the thinking of human nature or us human beings in order to put artificial intelligence together. Especially when you can put a program that can benefit a lot of people to some extent, and then they use it and they want to use it against you or for you. Interesting. It's like being the creator of an idea and somebody think that they can play that creation against you. It doesn't work. I believe that we all have the ability to learn, to process information, to have knowledge, to solve complex problems. And sometimes those who we consider to be less capable can do that at a higher level than those who are so highly intelligent. Think about that. It is possible. Yet some people want to put that to the practice and say, oh, I don't think this person qualified because their understanding of cognitive thinking is not high enough. Like they say, if someone is going to text me, try to test my intelligence to think if I qualify for that, I will fail because I know the game already and I'm not going to play that game. I don't have time to play games. I go right to the facts. You want me, fine. You don't want me, that's okay. They say for one closed door, there is another one open out there that is waiting for you that will satisfy your need, your desires, and your goals in life as well as your purpose. So never ever feel bad if somebody says, oh, you don't qualify for this position, or we don't want you in our company. It's okay. Perhaps I'm not supposed to work for your company because I might be a disruption, a distortion, like they say, cognitive distortion, to believe something that is but is not. I don't want to be brought somewhere on false pretenses. I like clarity, transparency. You want me, you take me. You don't want me, let me go. There's something greater out there waiting for me. And I don't want to hear about something that is negative, that you think of me, which you don't even know. You don't even know. See, perception is what we see at a superficial level because we don't have all the clues to an individual to say, this person is this way by simply doing a cognitive test that says, I think this is the qualification, or I think this is not. Did you know that I have the ability to go somewhere that I've never been before, and if something interests me, I can assure you 101% that I can come up with one idea to solve one problem in that sector that hasn't been solved before. 99.1% higher than 100. I can assure you that. But people limit others because they want to judge. They want to judge from a perception of what they perceive to be true. How sad that is. But Abraham, he says, go with the flow. Go with that which evolves in a natural way. There is nothing more beautiful than the natural currents of the universe. Where things evolve the way they're supposed to, you will go through those doors and corridors in life where everything will evolve just the way it's supposed to be. And nothing is more beautiful than that. If somebody doesn't like you, if somebody detests you because you constantly send them emails, send them ideas, or you try to approach them and show them how much you appreciate who they are as a human being and they reject you, it's okay. It is your blessing. It is your blessing because if they want to close the door on you, there is something out there greater than that waiting for you. That is will satisfy you completely because it will flow with such a beautiful nature that when it happens, you will be mesmerized at the fact that life can be so easy when, in essence, sometimes we try to make it difficult. Nobody's perfect. No one got to a high rank because they were the most intelligent individual. They got there because they have one idea that made them that successful, and perhaps more than one. Blessings to them. We're all capable. I think I am. I will not undermine myself to have a capacity to do anything in this world. Nothing. I might seize the moment because I'm going through a process and I'm learning other avenues that will be very important for me. But I'm not about to close any door on things that I think are of importance and can make a big difference because somebody says I'm not qualified. It's okay. If you think so, that's your opinion. I don't need any tests to tell me whether I qualify for anything or not, because I know I have it in me. Perhaps I might not be qualified for your area of expertise, but I'm qualified for something else, which is being determined for me by the divine nature. And that is greater than anything and any opportunity anyone can give me. And I'll accept it with all my heart. I will not limit myself. I don't care about cognitive tests to see whether I qualify or not, because to me it's a waste of time. Sometimes, what if a person passed the test, but when they get inside the door, it's a completely different story, and you realize, this is no good. This isn't functioning. Oh, what happened? They passed the test. They qualify. They should be there. Any door that closes is a blessing. Blessed. It's a way of saying thank you, and thank you again. Because there is something else out there waiting for me that is greater than this. And I can't wait for that moment to evolve. Because inside I will be so satisfied and so happy to know that I have discovered something that is good for me. And I float with it like a river, easy. Just like a wave that is smooth. There is no disruption, no distortion, and obviously no cognitive test to try to tell me whether I can flow with it or not, which is the beauty of life. This is your host from A Journey into the Mind, talking about cognitive thinking and the ability to process information, the ability to comprehend and solve problems, and the ability to use knowledge and learn from it. Thank you one more time. It's been a blessing. You have a wonderful day. This is Mahan one more time. Goodbye and thanks. Love and care.